Touch Arcade has reported that Apple have removed all American Civil War games from their App Store due to their inclusion of the Confederate flag. I'm going to immediately deal with the main defense of this that I've been seeing. Well, you know, Apple's a private business and they have the right to do what they want. You're correct, they do have the right to make a terrible, destructive decision to engage in censorship. But Mr. Opinions, you might say, there are tons of things that they aren't distributing through the platform and probably plenty that they turned down. Why isn't that censorship? They have to make business choices. That includes considering things like, will this product make us money? Is this a worthwhile choice to make for our business? Does this suit our image even? And frankly, to just say, I don't want to sell this is totally cool with me. I simply don't believe that people should be forced to sell stuff they don't want to sell. So wait, hold on. How does that line up with my opposition to businesses engaging in censorship? When do I think that a private business's choice not to stock something becomes evil as fuck? Like I said, it all comes down to why they're doing it. Most of the time, we won't know. However, occasionally, we do know. Sometimes it is clear, sometimes it's stated explicitly. Target in Australia, for example, decided not to sell Grand Theft Auto 5 on the grounds that it is inappropriate for their customers. To me, that is censorship. If they had instead said something along the lines of, this simply doesn't fit with the image we want as a store to be selling this, or just plain old, we don't want to sell this game, I would have been fine. When the basis of a business's choice to supply or not supply something is to try to control public morality, that is a huge problem. Like I said though, this is quite hard to catch because they can just be doing it for that purpose and lie. Sometimes they're open though, and I believe if they get caught through someone leaking that that's their plan, they should be punished fucking hard. By the public, of course. I'm not suggesting legislation, I am suggesting consumer action, because I think putting the government in charge of that sort of thing is a very, very bad idea. They'll do their own version. Anyway, back to the point of this video. So Apple has pulled any game with the Confederate flag in it from their App Store. Why though? We know there's a lot of controversy with Confederate flags being pulled down and stuff like that. Has anyone important at Apple said anything that could give us a clue? Maybe this is just a PR move. They see all this controversy and they want to dodge it by getting the Confederate flag away from anything they're doing. There's no ulterior motive or any attempt to control the public through limiting what they get to see, is there? Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, says, "My thoughts are with the victims' families. Good. Let us honor their lives by eradicating racism." Good, again, and removing the symbols and words that feed it. Tap dancing titty sprinkle rhubarb Christ. The CEO has expressed an urge to eradicate symbols and words that are morally unsuitable for public consumption, as they cause racism, apparently. This is the top dog at a company in charge of distributing media who has now said he has an urge to control the public. And not just in the sense that he wants you to buy his shit, in the sense that he wants a hand in your morality. He has stated that he believes we should remove certain symbols and words, presumably from existence, and following this statement of intent, his company's App Store has removed a certain symbol as a step towards that goal. I truly hope I've made it clear why, in spite of their right to do what they want that shouldn't be taken away, this should be seen as unacceptable censorship. It's actually because private companies being able to do what they want is such a good thing that I think it's our responsibility to speak out when we see them engage in censorship. In my eyes, there are two really bad endings for the public, and I believe it's on us to prevent either from happening. The first is that under the guise of protecting us, the government steps in and takes too much control of business, and then naturally use that to have as much control over us as possible. The second is businesses just going ahead and doing that themselves. The second is what we're seeing ourselves facing more and more, and we need to fight that without accidentally advocating for the first bad ending to happen. I have no idea how to do that, but I do know that all these people glad to have their eyes covered by someone who tells them that they know what's best for the world are not helping. But, as usual, that's just another one of my harmful opinions.